Summary of the text: Textual genres, typification and interaction, Charles Bazerman. In this chapter, Charles Bazerman presents a comprehensive theoretical and methodological framework for understanding the role of texts and genres in organizing social life. He argues that texts do not merely reflect reality but create social facts, structure activities, and coordinate human actions. Key concepts such as speech acts, social facts, typification, genres, genre sets, and activity systems are introduced as analytical tools. Bazerman illustrates how administrative and curricular documents, using the example of a university writing-intensive requirement, generate real effects in academic and organizational settings. These documents follow predictable sequences and become embedded in social routines, shaping the decisions and responsibilities of students, teachers, and administrators. Drawing on speech act theory, Austin and Searle, Bazerman distinguishes between the locutionary act, what is said, the illocutionary act, the speaker's intent, and the perlocutionary act, the effect on the audience. He extends these concepts to written texts, which, due to their lack of immediate interaction, require even more standardization to avoid miscommunication, hence the emergence of recognizable textual genres. Typification refers to the creation of recognizable forms of communication that emerge in recurring social situations. These forms help coordinate actions and foster mutual understanding. Bazerman shows how genres form genre sets, linked to specific roles, genre systems, interrelated documents within an organization, and activity systems, such as a classroom or workplace, where writing is part of a larger workflow. The chapter also explores methodological approaches for studying genres. Bazerman warns against focusing solely on surface features and proposes empirical, ethnographic, and context-sensitive analyses that capture how genres are actually used and understood by real people in specific settings. Critical commentary. Bazerman's chapter is a landmark contribution to genre studies and discourse analysis. His approach breaks away from a narrow, formalistic view of genres, shifting the focus toward their social functions, interactive roles, and structural power in shaping activities and institutions. This perspective greatly enhances our understanding of how texts operate in educational, professional, and civic contexts. One of Bazerman's strongest points is his ability to connect linguistic theory with social theory, showing how texts shape behaviors, define realities, and sustain systems of power and meaning. His use of academic examples makes the material tangible and highly relevant for educators, researchers, and communication professionals. However, as Bazerman himself acknowledges, there are significant methodological challenges, especially in tracking how long, complex texts function as speech acts and in understanding how different readers interpret them. His call for ethnographic and empirical research is valid but may not always be feasible due to resource constraints. In conclusion, Bazerman equips us with a powerful lens to understand how genres do much more than organize information. They construct social order, mediate relationships, and create the conditions for collective action. His work reminds us that teaching and studying texts must go beyond form and delve into the real-life systems where genres are embedded and perform their work.